What can lawyers
learn from actors?
Hi, I'm Alan Blumenfeld.
And I'm Catherine James.
And we're the founding directors of Act of Communication. We're trained as actors, writers, and directors, and we make our living doing film and television and theater.
And for most of our adult lives, we've taken what we know from the theater and applied it to what you do when you stand up as an attorney and plead for other people in court.
What you're about to see is a workshop. As you participate with the workshop participants, you'll be learning skills for the very first time, just as they are.
You may see yourself or your colleagues in many of the participants that you meet today. Their triumphs are your triumphs, their challenges are your challenges.
We're here to see just where the paths of the theater artist and the lawyer meet.
All the world's a stage.
And all the men and women merely players.
From the theater, the lawyer can learn how to strip away artifice, to really be himself or to be herself. When we tell people that we teach lawyers how to act, they're always amused. They say, but they are acting. We say, no, we know they're acting. They're already acting. They're acting like bad lawyers. That's what we try to strip away.
In addition to this basic communication need, the theater offers an ideal opportunity to study the art of storytelling. In the theater, the goal is to tell a story in present time, an active story that moves people emotionally and intellectually. The goal in the courtroom for the attorney is the same.
The format in which you're going to learn these skills that we have to offer you from the theater is a format that's very familiar to the actor, but it might not be so familiar to the attorney. It's called rehearsal. Now the story of how you met your walk-in one and only, your main squeeze, the love of your life. 1, 2, 3, go.
This is really a horrible story because I was at a party.
But everyone else said this is a case, and you all laughed, as opposed to I met her in a bar. So more.
Boom.
Where's the story, and what do you go to?
Right to
May
that
it please the
moment.
court, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Lost, innocent, young gets to us. I like famished because she's going to actually pay it off with her middle. Attorneys and theater artists share a passion and a love for language. Attorneys wordsmith the words that they use in their openings and closings and throughout the trial in order to fulfill a requirement that they have in court. Playwrights wordsmith words in order to engender a passion within their audiences. And then attorneys and actors turn around and try to deliver these words and persuade the people to whom they're speaking, either the audience or, in your case, the jury.
Inflection allows the actor and the attorney to take these finely crafted words and use them to corral attention, to pin ideas, to persuade, to convince, with the music at the end of the phrases and sentences. All right, let's try to do all of these out loud together. The falling inflection. It goes like this. The rising inflection, which goes up. And finally, the sustained inflection, which neither rises nor falls, but sustains. Good. Give us an example, if you could, of a series of 4 questions, 3 rising, 1 falling.
Did you write this article?
Yes.
Every sentence of this article is yours?
Yes.
Including every sentence on page 3?
Yes.
So when you wrote this sentence, you did it on purpose?
Yes.
So we were going somewhere, and then when it was all right to do it, I did it. When I wanted to do it for the emphasis, I did it. As opposed to You wrote this article, didn't you?
Yes.
Every page of it, didn't you?
Yes.
Why is he beating up? Of course the guy writes articles. He writes articles for a living. I mean, the guy's a professional. He has to write articles. So?
First of all, we learned that the jury really doesn't want to watch a lawyer fight with the witness. The jury wants to be involved. After all, ultimately, it's the jury's responsibility to discredit that witness, not yours. You're just the conduit.
Now, on to direct examination. Direct examination is so much different from cross, isn't it? Cross-examination, as we've just seen, is where the attorney and the jurors have the primary relationship, and the witness is kind of left out of that triangle.
But direct is about sharing the telling of the story between the attorney, the witness, and the jury. It's a real balancing act of all three parts of this triangle. In fact, direct, we believe, is much harder than cross. Steve is about to show us that.
Let's join him as he examines Leela, who's playing Hillary in that case that we've been exploring about Hillary's life.
And on April 14th, 1962, did you go over to Josephine's house?
Yes, I did.
And who did you go over to Josephine's house with?
A couple of my friends,
What were their names?
Jane and Jackie.
And after you went over to Jean and Jackie's house, did you go to somebody's room?
Steve has two problems to deal with in direct. First, he has the issue of focus. The issue of focus, where do the people need to look? Where does he want the jurors looking, and where does he want the witness to look? He hasn't dealt with that very well at all. And the other thing that he has, of course, is the problem of his own demeanor. Right now, he's treating Leela as if this were a cross-examination. The jurors don't think that he even likes her very much, and they certainly can hardly believe that she is his client, and it's beginning to affect her too. Can you see that? The lawyer who tries a case in the courtroom has very similar demands placed on the voice that the actor has who works in the theater.
Follow along with Susan as we break the vocal warm-up down into the specific exercises that you'll then use in the second half of the tape. Now we'll begin the physical relaxation. The goal is to eliminate extraneous physical tension and only use enough energy to keep your body upright and produce a completely relaxed voice. Good.
Shakespeare always has a wonderful last word for us, and for what we've learned today, it's no exception.
So we'll leave you with his wise words.
You would play upon me.
You would seem to know my stops.
You would pluck the heart out of my mystery.
You would sound me from the lowest note to the top of my compass.
And there is much music
Excellent voice.
in this little organ.